whoever makes it from the losers bracket.
That's right. I mean, sort of similar, like setup in terms of those champs, the double elimination flow, if that makes sense. The one that's made it all the way through the top bracket goes into the final with the advantage. But we see the bans coming out. Syndra, which has been super heavily banned in the World Championships running, of course, concurrently this weekend. I think it's been almost 100% pick and ban. So I mean, incredible, popular champion at the moment. Great range, also great potential in terms of engaging fights and disengaging fights with the ranged stun. We see Kha'Zix come off on the other side of things, and Nidalee, another one of the champions which has had a huge amount of picks and bans throughout the World Championships. And we have someone that's dropped.
No worries, we'll work out what's going on there. Not too much of a big deal.
Yeah, we'll just get one of them straight back in. I think they've had a looks as though they've had a client issue, so we'll get those back quickly.
Sure.
Yeah, what do we have? The last ban that went on was the Anivia. Bird is the word.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of energy drinks drank this weekend by all of the team and the people that are playing, and obviously, inspired by those energy drinks, they're going for the gives you wings champion. So that'll be good to see what happens.
And we'll just wait for Tinoy to rejoin the room. They're going to reorganize themselves, and I'm sure we'll jump straight back into that one. So Anivia was banned. Of course, they will make sure to ban that once more. Daniel typing to no one, but here we go. It is going to be once more champion select for us today, and wow, Anivia.
Do you want to make some predictions? I reckon maybe Syndra Kha'Zix. Oh, yeah, there they are.
Well done.
Nidalee, Nivea. So we get back in. Yeah, so as we said, Syndra and Nidalee off the board, super high potential picks at the moment. The Nivea has been banned out. Irelia comes in really strong in the top lane at the moment. Just a really genuine champion that's had a massive impact. And then the Riven is at the last ban.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that does affect things. Obviously, the Riven is quite a unique ban, as it is. We don't see the Riven ban very often, so they're very much targeting Mystic Flame there, I believe.
I suspect so. One of the things that I've said about Riven for quite a while is he is a very high skill set champion.
Sure.
And
She
is a very high skill set champion, and there are players that are ridiculously good on Riven, because if you play a hell of a lot of it and you understand the sort of the animation cancelling, you can get a huge amount of damage out of Riven if you play it well. But that skill level to get there requires a hell of a lot of play, and people that put that much play into Riven, you only need to look at their profile and it'd be like, they played a lot of games of Riven, we might give that one a bit of a miss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you know someone is a pro at a champion like Riven, although you probably wouldn't ban her at different levels, you definitely do at this GigCon tournament. Hopefully all this messing around I'm doing here is not affecting with the stream. Trying to get our faces here so that people can see us at the
You want us during Champ Select? I mean, obviously your face is beautiful and everyone wants to look at that. Me, we'll have to see. Well, in terms of the Champ Select, first lock-in was Zach, incredibly impactful jungler because of the engage tools that he has. We've all seen the Meteos flyby smites that you can achieve with Zach, and I mean, he's kind of one of those champions which, whilst not S tier, is definitely impactful.
Oh, for sure.
On the opposite side, we saw the bot lane locked in first. We see the Lucian and the Nami picked by this Riddle team. Now, Lucian is still one of those champions which is incredibly strong in the right hands, and can have some major sort of impacts in play. Nami, solid support, good healing, and actually really decent poke potential. On the opposite side, we see the Maokai locked in, very strong top laner, super dependable, and can achieve throughout the game, and is hugely impactful in the team fights, and can actually get away almost with losing some lane fights, knowing that he'll still be impactful late game. And the Ahri locked into the mid lane. But this is where it all goes interesting.
Yeah, for sure. This is where you get yourself Zandia, who is a freaking monster when it comes to LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Locking that in. Zandia at Insomnia, I believe 57 possibly. Played a lot of LeBlanc. This is from the UK. Played a lot of LeBlanc, and basically had it banned against him because of his LeBlanc. It was just too strong for people to deal with. So,
I mean, the LeBlanc's mind-blowing, but then we got Twitch. Well, hold on a second. We've already got a Lucian locked in, and then they've locked in Twitch as well.
Right, so are they looking to play a bit troll here? Have a Twitch jungle for Ku?
And that's the sort of questions. I know Ku this weekend has been playing around with certain things, and they've
playing
also...
around, is that the way you're going to put it?
I mean, let's cut a long story short here, people. The reality of this is that Riddle are a ridiculously strong team, and they probably can push the boundaries in terms of what they're doing. And so I think there's, you know, the opportunity that they might be able to play some things which are, shall we say, off meta.
Right.
Anyway, let's just finish off the last picks. We've got the Sivir Braum locked in the bot lane for the side of Katto. Sivir, great wave clear, late game, hugely impactful by spreading the damage across multiple people, and also great engage tools through her ultimate. And Braum that will keep her safe and or relatively safe through the whole of the game, and also has that passive which can stun people up, which with the attack speed that Sivir will build up will actually have a longer, more impactful thing through the game. And then we've had the, what was the last pick? Oh, Fiora for the top lane on Slamp. But that means that as the picks are now locked in, we can see what's going on. It's actually going to be the Lucian in the jungle. It's not even Twitch jungle, it's Lucian jungle. So, mind blown.
I remember when Lucian came out, you have all the junglers like on YouTube who are like, hey, look, I'm going to play this champion, like the Night Blues and stuff like that, the Panther Dragon. So many people were like, yeah, Lucian jungle, this is like legit. This is something that I can play and I won't, like, people will flame me in chat, but, you know, what are they going to do kind of thing. I remember that was definitely something that I thought was hilarious. But yeah, it's, wow, we're going to have to see how Ku plays it, really.
It's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, you know, when you are a top-level jungler, you can obviously understand the kiting of things so that you can get through the early few levels without dropping too low in health, which obviously, you know, a sort of squishy AD carry is going to in his sort of first jungle clears and things. I mean,
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, in the flesh with audio. This time, Daniel. Oh my goodness, it's been quite an interesting journey to actually get here in front of you guys. We won't go into details because it's unnecessary.
Well, let's do the quickest TLDR we can. Hi, welcome from GigaCon. We've got 2 teams. Oh, you can't even see us.
Yeah, we can see us. It's just
I
thought you were doing an intro into our problems. Hi, we're at GigaCon.
We're at GigaCon, yeah. 2 teams, Riddle, OP, Katto, done well to get here. Crazy champ select with one that's a fairly standard team select, and then Riddle, which are incredibly high quality players that have picked champions that they think will essentially, I suppose, win on the single lane sort of format, dominate lane, dominate game. And yeah, I mean, we've had some really interesting chats that none of you have got to hear. We've talked about the...
Oh, such a shame as well.
It is. There was some really legit discussions with regards to the champ select and the way of thinking. But yeah, we're into game now. So sorry for those of you that couldn't join us and hear out. But
me and Daniel had a great time.
Yeah, well, we've had the best chat ever. You know, so it's all pretty good.
Right. So I believe we might still be having a couple of audio issues. It's the game sound this time that we cannot hear. But we'll try and get that fixed for you. It does mean we cannot also hear the game sound.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is you sit and do the play-by-play like you do, and in the background I'll make the sort of noises, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I see.
I
see where we're going here.
Because that's kind of the noise that Lucian makes when he's
Lucian does not make that sound when he's jungling.
Okay.
It's very much a pew-pew, isn't it? Lucian.
Blob, blob, blob. Boing. Okay. Yeah, okay, I can't get this up. Anyway, we see fairly standard starts, I think, across the board with the bot lanes helping out, the bot lane on the blue side helping out the jungler Zac, and we see Lucian start off in the top side. The red guys have picked up the Grump, which is going to help them out in terms of that laning, because they're going to get that their level 2 spike first. Yeah, for sure. So it's so different without audio, isn't it?
It's in the mid lane, Tino is having a bit of trouble.
Curious.
Zandia, and this is what we're going to expect from Zandia pretty much this whole tournament, is 1v1ing the hell out of him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is he is a great mid laner, just in his own right. But we're talking about a great mid laner that is terrifying on LeBlanc. So that in its own right is a pretty scary proposition.
Yeah. Right. Well, we'll have to see where this game does go. A pause is going to come out just for a second by the looks of it. A bit of problems on the Lucian jungle, I'm sure.
Yeah, Q's having a problem, which is I locked in Lucian? What?
I didn't choose this champion.
Yeah. So during Champ Select, we had a very curious one, which you guys weren't privy to. We had a very noticeable discussion about Lucian Nami as a bot lane, and then when the second round of picks came in, the Twitch was locked in. So then we had a very interesting discussion about the benefits of Twitch and the fact that he would bring almost this Eve-like quality with his ambushes, but that it was not necessarily a troll pick, but it was certainly an unusual pick for us. And then as if our minds couldn't be blown anymore, it wasn't even Twitch jungle, it was Lucian jungle. So I mean, we were surprised to say the least. I think that's fair to say.
That's definitely fair to say. So we'll have to see how Ku does decide to play this one. I'm not expecting it to be crazily amazing, but I don't think he'll do bad either. It's very much going to be the case of Ku 1v1ing people and just trying to outdo people with mechanical skill, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the fact that, you could consider the fact that there are some similarities to this principle. We got some game sound.
All of a sudden, it's like I know how to use this program.
Which we've never used before.
Right, so hopefully that is it, and there's no more technical difficulties. Thank you so much for sharing with us, guys. Zandia in the mid lane goes a little bit aggressive, but he is not going to get anything for it. Tenoi finds the charm, and Zandia goes, not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
No, certainly, certainly. Guys, in Twitch chat, if the sound levels, like, if you could give us some feedback, if the game's too loud or if we're too quiet, if you just give us some feedback, we can try and make some adjustments to it. But we think at this end, at least, it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've got these trades going on. I mean, this bot lane has got level advantage and certainly, you know, health advantage at the moment. And although Zandy is pretty low on mana,
oh, he's in so much trouble there. Now we're going to see Ninja Turtle just walk on by. He's like, I was coming for a gank, but I guess Lucian beat me to it.
Damn, Lucian running fast, that's for sure. He certainly arrived there early, and that kill's picked up and given the advantage. I mean, considering how the game's gone on, we're 5 minutes into game, and actually it is the first kill. And the way things were panning out early on, I thought it might have been even more explosive than that.
Yeah, it did seem like it was going to be a crazy kind of like... I don't know what I expected from these guys.
Yeah.
In the sense that we obviously know that they're amazing players at Riddle, but I did wonder like if they would come in here and just like 1v1 the hell of us. You know, we're only 5 minutes in, I guess, and me messing around with settings on a program that I do not understand has kind of thrown my in-game clock
somewhat
just a little bit off. But
so we got Ninja Turtle just here, who's made his way into the bot lane. He's completely out of sight at the moment, so we might see an engage here, and here it comes.
Yeah, it's going to go straight in, but a beautiful bubble comes out of Akiz just to try and disengage the fight, and he will successfully as well, which is you know, great stuff.
Super well-timed bubble, picks up the 2 people, and is fundamentally able to give Jovial type the axes to an escape route. We'll get the puns going early here, as Tinoy is once again taking a huge chunk of damage out of the LeBlanc in this mid lane. I'm actually considering the fact that this bot lane for katto had a very tough start in terms of being not just denied access to the minion wave, but there was the level 2 start, the level 2 advantage to this Riddle team. I actually think they've done pretty well, but here we go.
A dive onto the Maokai, but I think this is a bit of BM. Mystic Flame not quite needing the flash there, but he is going to get the kill. This is going to be Tinoy falling once more. A well-timed charm could have taken Sue down, but it won't happen.
Slither of health left on Ku, pro D1, just there. But you know, successful tower dive onto the mid laner there as they pick up the second kill in the mid lane, and this Ahri is not off to the start that perhaps he was hoping for, as Ku blows all of our minds, taking his jungle to 1-0-1.
I wonder if your comment earlier on my dream was heard by the Twitch chat. But this is kind of like an embodiment of my dream, except on a much smaller scale.
On a much smaller scale. Do you want to tell the guys about that?
We'll have to wait a second.
Look at Slam. Yeah,
Slam's going to try and get revenge, but won't be successful. Right, I had a dream the other day that I was casting Game 1 of the World Championship Finals in America at the moment. Ninja Turtle interrupting my dream. This is important stuff, Ninja Turtle. I don't know why you would try and 1v1 a Fiora, but I guess he thought he had a lot more damage. So
did he drop the... I'm just looking to see. I was trying to decide if he didn't. He didn't have access to a ward, because if he'd have dropped the ward, because Mystic Flame had the TP up, they could have actually legitimately sort of pulled together the 2v1 onto Slem, which might have brought... Yeah, which might have brought them back into it, but it wasn't there, so it didn't happen. But no one dies, which I suppose we can view as a sort of a credible, positive thing. You know, went into a 1v1.
It is a 2,000 gold lead at the moment for Riddle. You know,
yeah.
8 minutes in. Right. So my dream, I was casting Game 1 of Day 1 of the League of Legends World Championship in America. And for whatever reason, Riot weren't producing the stream. I had to produce it, and it was a complete and utter fail, and it ruined my League of Legends shoutcasting career, if you could call it that. Zandy attempts for the assassinate, as does Jovial type as well. Ooh, Akiz caught out. This is going to be Akiz going very low. They should be able to stun the Nami up, and they will flash forward to get that. The kill comes out, but it's not enough from Jovial type, and that will be a kill. Going over to the likes of katto, but yeah, his Ku, and he's looking for revenge, and not quite enough damage. Ninja Turtle with a sliver of health, and the passive, I don't believe, is up even for the Zac, so that would have been a interesting proposition. But it looks like they're setting up for a dive. Zandia is still in mid, but I'm not sure if they have vision of Zandia. They will now as the recall goes through. So definitely the risk of a full dive coming out, and it's going to be respected by Katto.
Yeah, they're playing safe under tower, and they did manage to disengage. I think the reason that Q didn't go for the tower dive is that not only is this Lucian super squishy, but also he was only on about half life when he was entering into their jungle with people off of the map that they couldn't see, and with only half health, it wasn't really something that he could go on and manage effectively.
I have to see if this kill does anything for the bot lane. I feel like Sivabrom is a much stronger.
Yeah.
Like the fact about this game here, Katto are going to be try-harding their best. It is a best-of-3 series, in case you missed that earlier. But oh man, you have to walk into those, Kirino. It's like if you're playing Siva, you have to be able to take a skill shot.
Yeah, it's like when you're using your spell shield, particularly when you've got no mana.
He's going in. That Nami wave will find the kill. Kirino, no, gonna fall. Double kill for the support of Katto. Definitely the person you want to be getting fed. I feel like kill's gonna happen in mid in a second.
Yeah, Axe is
trying his best.
Axe is the Nami putting on the Edward pants, isn't it? Carry support.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be turret falling down. Zandia though, he's going to just very calmly piece on out over the wall. Yeah. So bot lane goes down. First turret blood for the team of Riddle. And now a bit of a 1v1 in the top lane. I think Mystic Flame recognized that Slemp could have all-ined and wanted to avoid that happening.
Yeah, certainly. And we've seen in the trades so far, actually. I mean,
holy crap, that's a lot of damage, but well traded back.
Yeah, actually, really interesting, exciting turn around in terms of the damage that's going on there. Yeah, like Mystic Flame, I think you kind of feel as though he almost wants to trade, but unfortunately...
He's playing Maokai.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen.
You don't trade on Maokai. It's not a thing that happens.
It's like, I'll get some minions, and then later on we'll play when I'm
That's it, exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Slemp will more than likely have to go towards a bit of armor penetration because of the likes of the Zac and
hello.
the Maokai. Yeah, Ku's here. Mystic Flame in trouble. Gonna try and lock Slemp under the turret, and actually that might be very close. The flash comes through from Slemp to avoid yet another turret shot. Zandia in the mid lane, a little bit of damage, but not winning this matchup outright, despite the fact that Zandia has had help and has got a kill and assist on them.
Yeah, I think the thing that really, I mean, we talked about like Ku in terms of like just all-out ability, and he is a great jungler, there's no doubt. If we got engaged onto Jovial here.
Yeah, Jovial will get a little bit caught out here. The stun comes through, and that's going to be another kill going over to Kirino. But yet the CS leads are giant for Riddle. Their gold lead is 6,000 at 12 minutes. 2 turrets on them. It kind of feels like it doesn't matter. Tinoi will probably fall here as well, but yes, Ignite onto the... Oh, it's not the clone. I hate that skin. I love looking at it, but I hate casting it.
Because you don't know what's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, agreed. But yeah, no, we see this going down. Now, one of the things I want to pick up on was like Ku. We had some supreme question marks over this Lucian pick, insofar as the fact that we weren't sure whether we were being trolled or not. But 203 has got... well, up until that last kill, he had 100% kill participation. He's been all over the map. So, yeah, Ku, I mean, who knows? We got some pretty crazy sort of participation things. Yeah.
Jungler coming to land here in Oslo just to have a bit of fun with his team.
And doing pretty nicely. Doing pretty nicely, all in all. There's some pings going on around the dragon. I didn't see what the first dragon was.
The first dragon was none of your business because it hasn't been taken.
Yeah, it was almost like they wanted to go for it, and there were definite pings there. But I mean, they got great coverage ward-wise, but they haven't made a move for it yet. Almost like they're more interested in farming.
They're not going to. It will be Riddle will only take a dragon if there's literally nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Because they do not value macro play. They're just going to 1v1 their opponents because they can get away with it, and you can see here. A Lucian taking on a Maokai. I can remember the beginning of this season when that was literally impossible, but he's got the Ghost Blade, which means the armor penetration is there. Not that there is much armor on Mystic Flame. Could be
a long
Ku
lane.
Getting the kill here. Yeah, now that challenging smite that pretty much dooms him. Zandia That's very aggressive, and in fact, Zandia's in a lot of trouble here. The
Waiting for it to come up. Oh,
he goes back to his, but under the turrets, yeah, he's totally gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
And it's going to be Jana Hihi playing the kill.
Indeed. We saw a very nice Jana cosplayer here at GigaCon
Yeah,
yesterday. One of the, honestly, a really, really top-notch Jana cosplay, which was great to see.
Riddle type put out. So this is something that I hate seeing from teams like Riddle. One of the teams in the UK Premiership, Benditos,
Yep.
now known as Misfits in the EU LCS. They did this a little bit, but as soon as they qualified for the Premiership, they stopped doing it. Teams that know that they're better than you, they like to troll, and they don't play seriously. They're kind of just having a good time. It's fine. It's at LAN. But it really frustrates me. They should just stop people. You know, show respect in the sense of your opponent, because it's massively disrespectful, right? Very unsportsmanlike to just troll a game. Show respect, close the game out in 15 minutes, and you know, job's done. You get to go home early. But teams like these, they tend not to have that respect for their opponents. And it's fair enough, you know, their opponents, you know, of a different skill level, but it does just mean that they make lots of silly mistakes, and that frustrates me.
Well, my main concern for it, especially with regards to certain aspects of it. So a lot of you might know that I used to play some pretty high-end card games back in the day. So we were Magic the Gathering Pro.
Pokemon training.
Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah, that's what it was.
Training
Pokemon.
cards, yeah.
It was like you know, back when I was younger, like sort of just in my late 20s. But no, I used to play a lot of high-end Magic the Gathering, and we've got a big engage going on here.
Yeah, they're just trying to turret dive a Maokai. Mystic Flame, though, with that ultimate is not going to take too much damage, but the Braum, on the other hand, will not got the resistance there. Jovial type finds mid lane outer for himself. Mystic Turtle looking like he wanted an engage, but it would have been a poorly timed one.
Yeah. Axe is hiding in the bush there, but in plain sight because of the ward. Anyway, go back to what I was saying. Oh, Zandia.
Almost.
Pop, nearly, yeah. What I was going to say, yeah, we used to do a lot of practices and training sessions, and some people would like bring, as I refer to it, like sort of the classic notion of this troll deck. And actually, you get into really bad habits.
Yeah, it's going to be another engage in the jungle here. Zandia taken very low. That auto attack not going to quite find a Jovial type, able to finish off with a Sivir. Ninja Turtle sacrifices his life for that one. Does he? He's actually going to be able to get out of this, and Tenoi is going to land a beautiful charm onto Akiz, keeping there, but bubble and a half. Akiz has been on fire. Now they're trying to turn this around, going to focus onto, they're splitting their focus. They don't know who they want. Jovial type, of course, going invisible, gets the movement speed, but a good slow comes through. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be Janahihi finding his second kill. And there it is, a almost tied kill count, a 7k gold lead for the likes of Riddle nonetheless. And now this is going to be Ku trying to 1v5.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's exactly there yet. But I mean, if we look at that fight overall, it's a 3-for-1 in the advantage of Kata. And the thing is like, yeah, it's still ridiculously early in this game. But if they do manage to like extend this game out into a longer period of time and get themselves in a situation where Riddle do troll overly and subsequently find themselves in a circumstance where they lose a team fight quite badly, they could take huge advantages back. And yeah, it's a big ask. It is a really big ask for it. But you know, I'll be curious to see what they sort of set up and do.
It's been a great time here though at GigaCon. If any of you live near Norway, so people in Sweden, that goes for you as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do live in Sweden now.
You know, we've been having CSGO tournaments put on by Challenge Mode, League tournaments put on by Challenge Mode. There was some other Hearthstone and Overwatch stuff done by GigaCon, and it'll be good. Unfortunately, we didn't have the rights to stream it to Challenge Mode, the CSGO tournament, but maybe later, as Ku gets aggressed onto and shut down. That's going to be Akiz now having to flash away. Here comes a flying Zac, trying to find the kills, and
slows
really on. They probably could engage this, but Jovial type, he's going for the assassination onto Tenoi, and he's looking to find it as well. He does. Now he's going to sweep Canoe, but he's going to die for it, and that's going to be a double kill going over to the likes of Katto here, who's going to find a triple kill for themselves as well, and possibly, yeah, 4-1. That is a terrible team fight coming out of the likes of Riddle. But as we say that,
Split
look
push.
at the Fiora. She's just going to do Fiora things. Split push onto the turret, as my camera work is disgusting, and find that one as well. An inhibitor turret for the Quadra kill. It's not quite worth, but at the same time, Riddle, they could just group up with the Fiora at pretty much any time and take that inhibitor now.
No, certainly. And I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not that this is not the trade we wanted, but the trade we deserved. But yeah, I mean, certainly being able to take out that was really strong.
We're going to see Ku get baited in here, but he knows it's a 1v2. In fact, it's not really a bait when you do know it's a 1v2. He finds the first kill now. If he can kite, he can find a second, but Ninja Turtle not going to allow that. They're going to try and find a kill onto Slemp here, but that is a hard ask.
Yeah. I wanted to take a moment to sit and talk about this Zac pick. We talked about in Champ Select, which none of you, unfortunately, were lucky enough to hear. But we sat and, really talked about Zac as a jungler. In fact, the fact that he's not considered S tier by any stretch of the imaginations, but is still an incredibly impactful jungler in terms of his engage potential and his sort of stickability. And the reality is that actually Ninja Turtle on this Zac has been hugely impactful so far. Huge, engages, ever present, seems to really understand the champion, and that's like a strong, sort of strong setup to the extent that, I mean, it would almost be flattering, but I mean, maybe might even get that banned against him in the next game because he's been that impactful.
I genuinely doubt it. I think that impactful is probably a stretch of the imagination in the sense that, yes, he's 504. Yes, he is kind of the reason that they have kills. No, Riddle don't care because look at their CS leads.
Oh, of course. I mean, we're looking at
almost got a Flame Horizon for Zandia. As Ninja Turtle does go for that engage. A 70 CS lead for Slemp. Jovial types up by 40, and even Ku.
Yeah, Ku in the jungle, yeah.
I don't know where I've got Zoo from.
Engage
here
onto
he
Ku.
is.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil, gonna fall here, and another kill for Hihi XD. But even Ku is got a decent gold lead over his counterpart. Look at this. This is the unfortunate bad macro play of Katto, is that they group up as 5 to try and get any advantage they can, and then turrets fall. Yeah,
they lose trades all over the map. We saw it with the big team fight earlier, which took out the inhibitor turret in the top lane, and now we got Jovial type and friends that have put a big push into this mid lane inhib turret. They haven't taken it down because the side of Katto were able to recall and respond fast enough, but they're happy just to take those advantages little by little across the map.
Yeah, for sure. Another engage in the jungle here. I'm not sure this is quite the one you want. Your team isn't there, but they will be very shortly. Zandia looking to try and... I'm not sure what Zandia's trying to do. He's just playing aggressively because he can.
There's aggression, and then there's aggression, though, isn't it? Aggression for aggression's sake isn't always the thing you want to do. But we see sneaky Jovial.
Yeah, an assassination. Jovial will just be able to find that one, but can he find any more? They're not focusing on the Twitch, but they are now. Zandia will be able to go in there. Oh no, just going to be falling to the wasteland. A 1v1 in the base, and Mystic Flame trying to defend the inhibitor from Slemp, but is going to lose his life for it, most likely. Ku locked up, but another beautiful Tsunami bubble coming out of Akiz. Feels like Akiz is the one that is really carrying the team here.
Yeah, Akiz has been absolutely sick so far. So many great bubble plays.
Zandia in trouble though. Should fall here. Janna will be able to land. Oh no!
Oh my god, again!
Speak of the devil.
Yeah. Oh, nice juke on that using the LeBlanc mobility. And you talked about Mystic Flame in the top lane as he does finally get the kill onto Slemp. Trying to.
Zandia's playing games here, but he's out of mana this time. So there it is. Ninja Turtle will find that.
It was a like a Goomba stomp from the old Mario games, wasn't it?
Now a kill lead for Katto. Still down by 7,000 gold. Nothing's changed there. It's the turret lead, 5 to the 1 of Katto. But it is holding them in this game.
Yeah, certainly.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. They were. I think. I mean. Let's say Riddle are making the most of their camera time. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
No, to be fair, they kind of deserve that right. Both these teams have been incredibly patient. We were hoping to start this round almost like 2 hours ago today, but due to some issues, we had the delays. Here comes Jovial.
Just going to find the 1v1 for himself and expunge that. Now it's going to be Slim in a lot of trouble. Not really. As that will land. That was nice, and now Slim will die. So, yeah, really, Ninja Turtles Zack has been very, very influential. Like, I laughed at the word in the sense that, yes, I guess influential is probably the right word, maybe just not very influential in the sense that it's not actually changing the tides of the game. But it could all change here as a Baron has been started up by Riddle. I don't believe they know it's happening. There's the ping, so yeah, now they know, but that is a ping to get out of dodge as the wards in the blue side jungle has spotted it. Ooh, Ku goes very low. I guess Axes could have saved him there if he wanted to.
Yeah, well, he saved everyone through this game, hasn't he?
I feel like when my jungler picks Lucian and then tries to kind of 1v1 the Baron when I've made 13. The call. Yeah, I've made the call to leave. I kind of wouldn't want to save you.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, that does feel troll in its own right, that's for sure. Zandia not in view,
low
but needs to be careful.
Yeah, he's in trouble here because this concussive blows will lock him up. He's going to try and juke on out, but there's no cigar there. Once more, 5 men committing to 1 kill. Kind of the story for Katto. Trying to find the picks for themselves, anything works, and maybe with that pick they will look for a dragon, but I am not 100% convinced that in a 4v5 they could win a fight.
Not at the moment. I think there's so many advantages in terms of the team, in terms of just overall items, and there's even a significant level lead in some respects. You know, we've got sort of a level each on the 2 main carries, Zandia and Jovial type.
This is interesting, Daniel. I don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like as soon as Riddle commit to a 5-man push, that's the game over. But every time that they do not commit to a 5-minute, every minute that they do not commit to that 5-man push, the game becomes slightly more harder for them because Katto will get their items.
Yeah.
Time gives you items. Beautiful Nami couple comes up, and there it is. This is going to be the fight that Riddle showed me exactly what I was talking about. Good stop of the Nami bottle by there, just by XD right at the end to save the rest of his teammates. But this will be Baron going over, an inner turret in the bot lane going over. Riddle once more pulling ahead.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like, all joking aside, they have been sort of playing around this a little bit and not perhaps grouping. In fact, maybe one of the reasons that Katto have been so successful is that they have been moving around as a group. Yeah,
and that's where it comes back to the disrespect. You know, you're a great team, Riddle, and I truly value how great you are. But every time that you don't play League of Legends properly, it just eats at me.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. And the thing is like, I got a slightly different perspective on it, which is this. I don't have an issue with someone that is as good as Riddle taking unconventional picks.
Oh, it's not even that. It's not that. The unconventional picks is fine. Like,
yeah.
It frustrates me a little bit. I know Impaler did a lot, but the problem with Impaler is that he's not actually as good as he probably thinks he is. He's definitely slipped in quality, and the reason he's been replaced with you know, a different jungler, I believe, for Misfits. But yeah, no, the unconventional picks have no problem. It's when they kind of...
You don't play your team play.
Yeah, you're just individual players having fun. And in a tournament setting, I feel like that's slightly wrong. Jovial type, though.
So much damage there. I mean, with the Youmu's up, the Infinity Edge, and the Runans, he's just literally cut straight through Tinoy and Sweet Corona there, that were oblivious to his presence. And this turret absolutely, you know, down in no time at all, and probably the inhibitor too.
Exactly. And this is where
Engage comes out though.
Yeah, it's going to be Ku aggressed onto Jovial type, will do his best to return the damage, but doesn't have his ultimate up, which makes things slightly harder. I believe Riddle recognize that they're not in the best of positions to go for a all-in 5v5. They'd much rather just take the inhibitors here and walk away, and this is going to be the 3rd and final inhibitor falling, so all done and dusted. It's so hard to come back from that. I feel like that might be one of the final nails in the coffin for...
I think to an extent, at around 14 minutes with the 7k gold lead, things were looking very ominous for them. But well, yeah, no, they have grouped and decided, like, okay, we've got this game sort of done and dusted. Let's pull it out and we'll work on the next game at this stage. I mean, it's easy to be critical of katto at this stage, but the reality is these guys are incredibly high-skilled players. But I actually think that they've grouped together and team fought pretty legitimately in all.
They're definitely struggling now, though, and that is going to be the kill going over to Jovial Type. He's looking for more. He XD trying to block it up, but he's going to fall for it as well. That's 3 kills. That'll be a 4th for the likes of, or that'll be the third, in fact.
TP onto the blob.
Yeah,
really nice.
Mystic Flame saving his teammate in Ninja Turtle. Hello, you've just been saved, and now you're going to fall. That was questionable play.
Last ditch.
Yeah, I think they know the game may be over. Mystic Flame trying to knock one into the fountain, but it's not going to happen. Jovial Type just looking for another kill.
Blown up in the fountain.
And now, with that happening, he flashes forward to try and find Ku, but it's not going to happen. That is going to be game 1 of this series. Going on over to Riddle as expected. They close it out in just under 30 minutes. Great stuff coming out of them. But now we'll have to see if they decide to play a little bit more seriously in the next game, or if game 2 of this best of 3 series is going to be very similar.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't know whether, I mean, what do you reckon? Annie jungle or a Lulu jungle, maybe we'll have to see. But no, it's, I mean, that's been actually all in all a pretty decent setup. I gotta say, I mean, one of the things we always like to do with our streams is it's easy to be critical. But actually, katto, you know, they turned up. Ninja Turtle had a massive impact in that game, I think. We talked about it through the game itself, but he was one of the cornerstones of their sort of engages, using the slows that let them pick up kills. And by moving around as a group of 5, picking up these individual kills, you know, all over the map actually, across the board, because actually if you look at the kills that were taken by Riddle, they, you know, everyone gave kills away.
Sure.
But I mean, he was incredibly influential in all that, and you know, this is a solid team up against a team which vastly outclasses them. But I mean, they're a team that should be incredibly proud of that.
And we can talk about like how katto did that successfully, but the only reason they could do that successfully
was because of the play style of Riddle and what they were doing. Because if they had a group together, it would have been, because they were, I mean, at 40 minutes they were full item ahead across the table.
Exactly.
So if they had a group fight, it would have been different.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that. Massive respect to katto for recognizing, I guess, maybe the disrespect coming out of Riddle and trying to exploit it. Unfortunate that they weren't able to do so. But we are going to chuck it to a break. When we do return, we'll be here with game 2 of this series. And we'll have to see if katto is able to change anything up, maybe ban away some of those key picks in the previous game, or if we're just going to see some of the similar. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GigaCon League of Legends tournament. We're about to jump into Game 2 of our upper bracket winners final between Riddle and Team Katto. Of course, Riddle just took a victory quite dominantly over Katto. And now we'll have to see, as we switch sides, what Katto can do to possibly counter this.
Yeah, I mean, we're not allowed substitutions in this tournament, so they haven't got that option open to them.
Can't just get Faker in. You know, he's predisposed anyway, I guess.
I heard he was busy somewhere else at the moment, but yeah, no, they got a tough job on their hands, that's for sure. But well, I've been surprised in the past. I don't think I'll be surprised this time, but you never know. You literally never know.
Yeah, we'll jump into Champ Select as soon as possible, just waiting on the players to ready up. But I will be interested, I guess, more for just the bans of Katto. If they do decide to ban away Zandia's LeBlanc, possibly Kuz, Lucian, I doubt these bans that really help you out. I think banning Lucian is probably counterproductive because you do want to have...
You almost want him on the Lucian.
Yeah. And you caught it. They're going to ban away Zac first and get rid of Ninja Turtles' influential jungler.
Yeah. I mean, he was good. It was a really
100%.
good jungle. There's the LeBlanc plate, which you called as well. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, actually. Zandia was pretty massive on that LeBlanc.
Nami, there's a good one. Yeah, I was wondering who you banned.
Naxxis, Naxxis on the Nami. So, I mean, there's the bans through Zac, Anivia, Braum, Nidalee, LeBlanc, Nami. We've got Syndra still up, though.
You kind of want Lucian to be picked, and it will be. You kind of want Twitch to be picked, and Fiora as well. You know, she's all right, but she's not top meta anymore. So, this is actually really clever banning coming out of Team Katto. They've really thought about what champions they do not want to go up against, what champions are kind of like tier S, tier 1 champions that were played by Riddle, and instead of banning away some of these almost, I don't want to say troll because like Fiora's definitely not troll. Twitch is definitely alternative picks.
Alternative picks, like sort of non-meta champs, shall we say. But yeah, I mean, in terms of I mean, if we look at the team overall in terms of the last game, I think the reality is that the LeBlanc, as we said, was super strong. But actually, how many times did we highlight insane Axes plays on the Nami? You know, bubble engages, bubble disengages, well-timed heals. So actually, by taking that off of the table and getting Axes to dig deeper into what is actually a very deep champion pool, but it does take him off of something which was obviously his first choice, maybe sort of champion. But we've got some picks going in. We've already talked about the Lucian, which was locked in first. On the other side, we've got the Maokai, which I thought Mystic Flame was actually, you know, all right on because it's a safe champion.
Maokai is really good.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with Maokai, and he played it well in lane. He struggled a little bit towards the end as the Fiora became stronger and stronger, but yeah, definitely nothing wrong with it in the end. So I fancy a bit of Maokai and Ezreal as well. This is interesting by Kirino.
Yeah, as they struggled in the laning phase across the board. I mean, literally every lane. And one of the things that Sivir does bring you is actually a pretty strong laning phase. You know, sort of, you know, farms waves very effectively. Ezreal, I mean, he's fine. Not necessarily as efficient as Sivir, but we will see.
You don't pick Ezreal to get. So you put it out that we need some wave clear now.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, the flip side, we've got.
This is interesting. I love this. Right, a Rammus pick. I'm assuming this is going to be Ninja Turtle Rammus. Look at the team that's been drafted.
Yeah, it's so AD heavy, but same was the last composition.
But they've got a Rumble this time. Not a Rumble. Rammus.
Yeah, Rammus. Yeah, so it's a good sort of combo like response to it. You've taken the Zac out. We bring this in. These similar sort of tools, all in all. But this time we've got the Vayne instead of the Twitch. I presume that's going to be Jovial.
Doesn't quite come into a Vayne combination. Alistair wants to play aggressively. Vayne wants to farm up a little bit.
And there's the Syndra. I mean, just to repeat one of the things that we said in Champ Select earlier, which you weren't fortunate enough to join us for in terms of.
But this time you joined us, and
audibly
we destroyed your eardrums. Apologies for that.
Were we loud? Were we?
No, the game audio.
The game audio was loud.
Just completely blew everyone's eardrums. So
okay, well. League of Legends.
Whoops.
Top notch. But no, the Syndra, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's 100% pick ban in Worlds at the moment.
It's so strong.
So that's been locked in. And we talked about Zandia on this. LeBlanc. LeBlanc's one of his go-to champions, but Syndra is literally absolute pinnacle mid lane pick at the moment.
And
so
what do you counter with?
it's tough. I mean, I think you can go to something like, you know, sort of like a safe sort of farm clearing laner, the likes of Orianna, the likes of Karma potentially, or Victor or something like that.
So a control mage.
Yeah, so it's sort of a control mage, but you know, Syndra sort of does it better in some respects, if that makes sense. And
Nice.
well, all right, there's Karma locked in actually, so they've gone with that one. Now,
Not for mid though.
I know it's going to be going into support. They got the Z in response, of course.
So, team compositions, and let's read them out. Slamp going to be playing that Yasuo up against the Maokai. It is, of course, Ku or Haha, I'm a pro Diamond 1 playing on the Lucian. Zandia with his Syndra, Jovial with his Vayne, and Akiz going to be playing on the
we need
Alistair.
to name check that, because I'm sure it's Axis.
Axis.
Axis?
That
Yeah.
makes more
Anyway,
sense.
sorry,
actually. Axis.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Twitch chat flamers. Mystic Flame, of course, on the Maokai. Ninja Turtle on a Rammus, and I feel like it's
Turtle
a
in a half
healthy
shell.
pick. What skin? Oh, I thought that was a skin for whatever reason. It's the new profile. I haven't seen Rammus in play since they updated all of the summoner icons.
The icons and
whatnot,
things, yeah. But I mean, you know, as far as Ninja Turtles go, I suppose the shell of
Makes
Rammus
sense.
is, you know, that's cool. And, you know, obviously that empowers you, you know.
Of course,
yeah.
obviously. Zed for Tinoi and Sweet Kirama for will be playing the Ezreal, and the Karma for Janna.
Got my Karma on the board. You know,
You
I
enjoyed
loves me
you
some
enjoy it,
Karma. Yeah, I mean, Zed into Syndra.
What do you make of it?
Well, two equal level players, you'd be like, oh yeah, Zed, you know.
This will be a fun game.
Yeah, it would be a fun game.
And okay, let's not like.
No,
Tinoi is actually his mechanical skill.
Yeah,
Maybe he needs to improve his farming.
Yeah, potentially, and obviously this sort of melee ranged mage farming setup, you know, is not great for him specifically.
But Zed has the execute.
Yeah, he does. He does
so
have.
it
He
does
certainly
make
has
it
the
a little bit
execute.
easier.
He does definitely have the sort of the execute potential. So we will have to see, and that's what the game's all about. Once again, we've got sort of one of these setups where one side looks more of a sort of team.
I can't see
actually
a team composition
not
with
so
Katto,
much
to be
so
honest.
this time.
Katto's last time it was very much about picks. This time it's kind of just about defending and playing safe. You know, Ezreal will be quite safe on the back line. A Karma to support the Ezreal, give him a shield, give him a heal, give him some movement speed. Zed will be trying to just blow someone up, and there are great choices to blow up as well. You know, whether it be Ku on the Lucian.
All of them. By the Alistair, all of them.
Yeah, I guess so. And Ninja Turtle and Mystic Flame just going to be tanks for today. And if they get enough armor stacked up, that will be questioning for Riddle.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to throw a massive if out here.
These are all ifs.
Yeah, if they do happen to have a really nice start where they're able to pin Syndra back, you know, get some like sort of real lane advantage and hold her into position and essentially reduce the impact of that magic damage that she's able to put out. They've got a team which could heavily sort of stack into the armor against this heavy AD team and sort of have a reasonable opportunity in the team fight later on. But it's a tough one overall for these guys. I mean, as we said, we talked about the disparity between the levels of these players. Well, we play these games for a reason, so let's hope that they're able to string together something and see how it goes. Otherwise, they're going to be dropping into the lower brackets and facing off against
Washed Up,
which is an interesting story, which we might take later on when we get into it.
The suspense.
Yeah,
is killing me.
You got to stay tuned in for the next episode, guys, because actually the story of Washed Up is it will put some smiles on people's faces anyway. That's for sure.
Definitely. Right. Theoretically, Katto win their lane matchups as far as champions are concerned. In theory, they have a much better chance of laning against their opponents, but whether they will,
maybe not the mid lane, but yeah.
And we get to see Championship Zed for the first time.
Championship Zed's on. We got Goalkeeper Maokai, but a Ninja Rammus, which is a cool skin anyway for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I feel.
Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja... No, we've discussed this before, okay? Standard Karma skin, still the best Karma skin.
Alistair, though.
Yeah, Alistair, never mind. That could have been a cool skin, actually, yeah.
So Daniel's Skin Wars, trademarked, which I worked out of you, I guess, as we started casting. Goes to Team Katto, which means you got the skins, you win the game. Let's get into this one. Is game 2 of our best of 3 finals series up against these two guys. For whatever reason, we're not switching, so we'll have to remember how to do that. I believe it was a fade.
Oh,
Lovely.
Fade to black was that?
That was lovely, wasn't it?
Very nice, very nice. As we get in, we got a fairly standard start coming out here in terms of the classic 5-point defense, and it doesn't look as though anyone's tempted to go for. Are they going to go for an invade here?
I don't know. It doesn't seem likely. Is probably what I would say. It's an interesting one. I want Katto to fight back, and I'll be interested to see if Riddle kind of think 30 minutes was too long.
Yeah, I mean they're probably. I mean they have got a break between now and the next game, so they're they're going to have a chance to like sort of sit down and chill out for a bit. But it will be interesting to see whether they do just be like, all right, let's get this one done and dusted and get ourselves some food on board or something.
Not as easy though. Vayne, Yasuo need to scale up a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I mean they've got a team that needs to get there.
Getting to late game early is probably not going to be a problem.
Well, I mean, look at the last game. What was it? 12 minutes, 7K gold lead or something?
Ridiculous.
You know,
like that, yeah.
they had like 50 CS lead across the board incredibly quickly. So, there's no doubt about it. I mean, not only is their micro play is super strong. Their macro play in the last game was definitely questionable, but I don't think that was because of. I don't think it wasn't because of lack of. Ability to do it.
Sure.
It was, we talked about the question marks there. But as we get going, we will have to see how this one plays out. We see them pick up the bot lane sort of camp once again, so when they get into lane, they're going to be able to hit this level 2 power spike earlier once again, having only lost 1 minion, I think it was. And there it is, the level 2 onto the Vayne pretty early on.
That's just to try and avoid a level 2 engage coming out of the Karma. Pretty good stuff. Alistair obviously able to take the brunt of the damage there, though they did share it just a little bit. Now we're going to see Lemper show us his Yasuo skills. The level 2 advantage for him is huge. Tags Mystic Flame right down to half HP. Now it's going to be a hard time for Mystic Flame, who, well, he needs to sustain in lane. Mana pool is very low on Maokai early. And means that Tree Snap passive going to take a while to really heal them up.
Yeah,
he's not opted in for any corrupting potion either.
Yeah, no, that was one of the things I was interested to look at, the sort of starting items and things and whether we would go with the corrupting potion. But he's gone to go with the Dorans in terms of giving him.
You're not very good at this, Daniel. It's going to be a gank. Slem gets taken down. I need to teach you what hand movements mean.
Yeah, no, it's all right, man. I was like, what the fuck? It came so out of the blue. I thought, you were like, oh, look at her or something. And I was like, what the fuck are you pointing at? But yeah, no, you're talking about the gang. Okay, sorry.
No worries. It's early days. Early days here. But yeah, that is first blood going over to Mystic Flame, and this is a good start for Katto.
Sorry. But yeah, no, yeah, excellent gang. And, Ninja Turtle doing exactly what he needs to do, is, try and help his laners out early. We talked about the fact that, realistically, the Yasuo and the Vayne, they need to get some items before they become effective, and they're doing the right thing. Right. Axe is running full strong there, head down on this Alistair.
Does take a lot of damage and really doesn't get any damage onto the bot lane of Katto, so it's good stuff for them. They're playing nice and safe. I think that's what they realized is we can't have champions that can be engaged on easily, so let's not do that.
Tinoy on this, we talked about farming for Zed.
Spit it out, boy.
We talked about farming for Zed, and I think we're seeing it very early on. He's 20 CS behind, we're only 4 minutes in, and he can't get anywhere near the minion wave because Zandia's affecting him. But here we go.
Going to be another attempt at the gank this time, though. Not going to go down. Zandia able to position perfectly and get away.
Yeah, great knockback from the Syndra, which he stopped Ninja Turtle getting in onto this Rammus and achieving an effective gank there for sure.
So interesting start. It is a 400 roughly gold lead for the likes of Riddle, which will grow slowly and surely into a much bigger one unless katto is able to find himself a major kill or objective advantage. Even just farm, if they could improve that, it would be alright. Mystic Flame in a 1v1 this time. Giving back as much as he takes.
Yeah, trade's really effective there.
Got himself the Sapphire as well as the Ruby Crystal, so it's definitely coming in and helping with just, I guess, the mana. Now he can use his abilities a little bit more freely.
I mean, I think he obviously on the first pack he would really like that to have been a catalyst, but because of the way that you know, Slemp got into him so early on, he just didn't have the gold to get back and pick up the catalyst early.
This mid lane is about to get explosive as Zandia looking for the first fight. The ultimate goes down, and that is an easy kill for Zandia. Mystic Flame in trouble as well as Ku going to tower dive, and look at Slem just taking it all.
Oh.
Like a man, but Zoo, he gets outplayed by Mystic Flame, and he's going to fall. That is a bad thing for the Lucian.
And it was outplayed.
Oh, now
There's
Object in the
Turtle.
bot lane. This is huge. If they can get the taunt and they can jovial type, he's going to go very low. Tumbles away, but they're not quite able to get in there. Beautiful stuff coming out of Axis. Ninja Turtle, he doesn't care. And now the cooldowns, they're coming back up, but he's a big tanky cow. He is Axis, so he's not going to be affected. But currently, it is katto fighting back.
Love the spam. In the first game, we had quite a few bits of like mastery spam come out of Riddle, and I love the sort of return fire there from Ninja Turtle. Having,
Hey, we could do it
achieved
too, you know.
Yeah, not just you guys with the mastery spam. So yeah. Fair play, very fair play. We see Ezreal drop back and pick up the tier, which is going to be obviously a key part for him in terms of building up. Although by buying the tier first, you know, it means that his damage is going to be less effective in this early part of the game.
May be something to consider. I feel like it's kind of just you have to on Ezreal unless you get like a really early lead somehow because your support is amazing. What I'm interested to see is if Kirino goes towards the Triforce build.
Here's the turtle.
Yeah, and he has to commit to this Slemp. Mystic Flame is going to go down this time, but the taunt will come through. Was that a flash from Slemp? It was. Unfortunate.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he literally popped everything to not just like get the kill, but to fundamentally like try and avoid the death. But it was definitely going down there. So yeah, popped a lot to achieve, you know, a 1-for-1 trade. And once again, I mean, we talked about Ninja Turtle in the first game, the fact that he was so impactful. Or as the Alistair goes in.
Really good jungler. Yeah, say Alistair's here, and that's a dive coming out of Q, and, well, you're going to struggle to get away from that culling, or will you? What happened there? How did he get knocked away?
Oh.
I don't actually understand how he failed that, but he is going to find the return fire on to XD.
I know, he does get away. Yeah, no, it was like... I don't know if it was even Jukes. It was like just didn't really like sort of pull it out.
They might go for this. They do have Ninja Turtle coming around. I think Ninja Turtle has been spotted.
Yeah.
Or at least the prediction.
Yeah, the prediction is the ward's obviously they're in the tri-bush now, so you know that means that they're going to back. Well, they're not actually really backing away. They're playing this pretty cocksure, aren't they?
Alistair and Vayne. What could go wrong there? Tinoy trying to set this one up. Is going to be Ninja Turtle falling back into the jungle as Tinoy also losing a lot of CS in the mid lane. Now it's a 40 CS lead, 60 CS lead for Zandia.
Yeah, I mean, Zandia's just been farming up an absolute storm. You know, Zed's not been able to get anywhere near the waves because of this range, like melee disparity. It's just been a real problem for him. And you know, we talked earlier on, not just in game 1, but even in Champ Select, about the fact that this Zed pick, he was going to find it troublesome, and well, he has, and he hasn't got any kills on the board yet. So, you know, he's.
I feel like Tenoi is finding it challenging just because Zandia is like a step above. It's not necessarily because Tenoi can't play Zed as much as it's Zandia is denying the Zed really anything in this game. The level 6 disparity obviously allowed Zandia the perfect opportunity. Tenoi did not respect it. Still has his flash available, so kind of makes things a little bit more hard. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like when Tenoi gets himself a Hex Drinker, it's going to make things a lot easier for him. But currently just sitting on the 2 long swords, it's what do you do with that?
Yeah, and he's just been struggling to get to grips with any level of farm. Even when he was held under the tower there with the bot lane pushed, you know, he actually realistically only picked up a few. The watch.
Yeah, it's going to be a attempted gank, possibly coming out in the mid lane, but really it's Axis going in onto Janna Hehe as Daniel does not understand how cameras work. It will be Hehe getting away, but Jovial Type, he wants more. Not really finding it, and actually Kirihino is in a fantastic position, turns around, Mystic Flame and grasped onto, and that's going to be the ultimate coming out of the Yasuo. This is going to be Mystic Flame falling for sure. But now we switch to the bot lane where Kirihino is looking for the fight, and there's the True Shot Barrage. Oh, it's so close, but the heal comes out from both the Alistair and, of course, the Summoner spell, and Jovial Type gets out on a whisper of health. Ku finds Ninja Turtle, but Ninja Turtle is in trouble. The smite comes out from Ninja Turtle to get himself the health, but Pro is just going to take the red buff. But can he get away? I don't think he can. This is going to be Ninja Turtle finding the kill, getting the red buff back. That's a mistake from Ku.
Absolutely insane play. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get us over to the mid lane and not in an effective way.
Remember, distracted camera is our friend. It won't let us miss a kill unless there's something more interesting happening.
But it wasn't interesting, the bot lane. It was a farm fest. But yeah, it's absolutely fine. We're back into it. But yeah, I mean, Ninja Turtle, I mean, we keep bringing it up about the fact that, you know, he's obviously clearly a good jungler. And actually, there's been several occasions so far during this game where he's like out-positioned, moved effectively, you know, held off in terms of positioning almost to a play
Ninja
where he's...
Turtles versus the world, the 1v9 really.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is that too harsh?
Oh man, you've totally blown me out with that one. Yeah, Ninja Turtle 1v9. I'm not convinced it's quite that bad, but no. Ninja Turtle certainly, yeah, he's put his carry pants on. Let's say that. Let's say that.
Daniel said that he wanted to go for a nice, chilled, relaxed streamer, so I said, okay, I can
Yeah,
do
man,
that.
we can do
Mystic
chill and relax.
Flame looking for the 1v1 onto Ku, but now he's going to be in trouble as Slemp has arrived. Slemp not quite in range, so without the flash, he cannot do anything. Mystic Flame will escape, but look at Timmy looking for the kill onto Pro, and he's going to find it, I believe. The ultimate, not quite in range, he's died.
No.
Oh, Tenoi,
Oh my god.
messed up. Oh, there it is. Okay, he gets it in the end, but now can he escape from Slemp, who... Oh, he's being guarded, actually. Blocked by Mystic Flame, but how long can you block a Yasuo? He can go through a minion wave, my friend. And Mystic Flame was going to be not enough. That's the kill going over. Looks like Hehe going to be in trouble as well as Jovial Type flashes forward for the third proc of that auto attack. And now you're in trouble, Mr. Sweet Karina, Mr. Sweet Prince. That's a good
Arcane Shift.
Arcane Shift. The heal comes out, but one more auto attack will do it. Jovial Type finds that, and Slem going to find a kill in the top lane as well. Now Ninja Turtle going to try and taunt Zandia into maybe something, but was a little bit slow on that and survives once more, but that will take him down. Zandia is dead, however, for it. Ace. Wow, Ace.
Yeah, no, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? All across the board. And the amazing thing about Mystic Flame in that top lane was that actually he's got the goalkeeper skin Maokai, so he was doing the screening, the proper goalkeeper mode. But Yasuo being such a mobile champion, and I know there's a lot of famous pros and streamers that have opinions about Yasuo, but yeah, he certainly showed his mobility.
Why is it that when I cast a top lane Yasuo game, he carries, but when top lane Yasuo is in my game, he loses speeds?
Don't you don't play top lane, so it's not your fault.
That's true. I do play top lane, but as a secondary role.
Secondary role.
It's never.
So it's not you on the Yasuo.
It's never anything that like super carries. It's usually tanks like Maokai or Echo. Of course, Echo when he was broken.
You love your Echo.
I do.
Loves me some Echo.
Yes, please, plop.
But yeah, no. Do you know what? I do know what you mean about that. Your Yasuo and their Yasuo. And there's several champions.
It's not even your Yasuo and their Yasuo anymore. It's kind of like top lane Yasuo in any game whether you be on my team or the enemy team, and then the top game lane Yasuo that you cast. And of
Yeah.
course, it's because when you're casting games, you're casting the top percentage of players,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But yeah, it's one of those things that Yasuo is locked in, switches to top, and if he's on the enemy team, it's like, oh, there's the free low. If he's on my team, then, well, I'm going to have to carry super hard, aren't I?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, he said. I mean, one of the things actually it was like quite eye-opening for me in terms of just. I mean, not just these games actually, but competitive League of Legends generally is that mobility of champions has really changed the way the game is. But watch this.
He in trouble. Heal comes out just in the nick of time. And now they're trying to turn this around. And good Zonya is going to completely minimize the damage of that ultimate. So, in trouble, and he will fall. That will be Ku finding the kill. Now they're looking for Ninja Turtle. Can they get Doloramus though? He's got his ultimate rocking. Not really going to do much. Mystic Flame against Slamp, who's trying to tower dive him at this point. Not quite working out. And it's going to be just one kill onto the AD carry of katto, but at the moment it's looking like this mid lane turret is under fire. Kanoy able to just about get away with his shadow. That will be in a turret under fire. Ninja Turtle, he's thrown for this. Oh, he's found Bro. That's going to be Ku falling. Tinoy for the kill.
Again.
Can they get more? Yeah, Ninja Turtle, he's just having the game of his life. He is seriously doing his best here.
So we're calling it now, are we? Challenger Series spring next year. It's going to be Team Riddle, but instead of Ku, it's going to be Ninja Turtle.
That's true. And hello.
We got the music going down. You can tell we're at a LAN festival, guys. Join us in here with the awesome dance music going on in the background. The bass kicks in. We had a live DJ here last night.
It's going to be another one tonight as well.
Is there another one tonight? Hopefully we'll be finished by then.
What amused me, and you guys, if you want to sell out Xdalcy on Snapchat, because it's on my story right now.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
Limited time. What amused me the most was that these I'll tell you in a sec. Kahino in a bit of trouble.
Great arcane shift again though.
Yeah, he is able to escape. He had his team backing up. What amused me the most about the live act last night, proper good DJ, was doing a good job. Obviously it's a gaming festival,
yeah.
So you're going to question whether the dance moves will be appropriate or existing at all. But people, there's this company called Chillbean here. They create like sleeping bag type, lounge type things out of air, right? And just you
kind of fill a sort of a synthetic bag with air and seal them up, and it comes into a sofa chair
type thing. While this rave was going on, there was like a couple people near the stage having a good time, and then there was about 20 people lying down on these Chillbean things having a nap. It's like when the rave's so good you want to take a nap. It was just, oh dear. Yeah. Anyway, that's my sellout. Xdalcy on Snapchat. Have fun.
Yeah, go and check it out. Actually, it is hilarious. And the whole Dowsy's done an entire journey basically of his travels to and his journey.
I've been a little bit tilted recently, so it's not as full as it was as I travelled here. But yeah.
Well, we've been busy, haven't we? But yeah.
Busy, yes.
Busy-ish.
My marble racing skills have got very good.
Yeah, top-notch marble racing skills. But yeah, it is a good one. Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, he's looking for the taunt onto Zandia, but really it's more just I want to get out of Dodge City and managing to dodge all these minions, but now he's in trouble. No magic resist onto the poor Rumbles, but a good flash nonetheless, and he is out of here. Can XD do the same? No flash for you, and you will be in trouble.
Oh, shield
comes out. Shield comes out. That's going to be the kill. In fact, maybe going over to Tinoy. No, he's bitten off more than he can chew, and this time there will be a kill. Mystic Flame flies in, but is it too little, too late? It does look it. He is going to try and escape.
Oh.
There it is.
Ezreal go, yeah.
Oh. How did that happen? Was that an
ignite
over the wall?
Ignite.
It was just
it wasn't even ult, was it? No, it was just ignite from Zandia. She gets the damage down, drops the ignite onto the Ezreal over the wall, and he burns out. But massive spike of damage. He was on like fully like sort of half health, 2/3 health, and just completely explodes as this Syndra's starting to come into play now.
That's what happens when you allow Syndra into this game. Super strong at the moment. What I've liked is the Jace entering the meta.
Yeah, Jace has been really interesting. Because he's a champion. I've always liked Jace, to be honest with you. He's one of the champions that it sort of really got me into League early, shall we say. Yeah, no, it's a really nice champion. It's nice to see it return We've watched a very interesting change, because if you look at the patch notes, it's such a minor change, but it has such an impact in terms of how you can start out with a champion in his build cycle.
Yep.
Which
It literally is that. The removal of a tier Manamune first buy means that you suddenly build 4 longswords and you can go from there.
Banana comes out from the airs, but more for wave clear. We talked about wave clear earlier, and they still lack it, you know.
Trouble. There's the Syndra ult. So much untapped power. It's Ku aggressive over the wall. He's all by himself. There's no way he can. Can. He's got the
mobility.
And all Ninja Turtle's gone. Now Tinoi in trouble. Just going to take the full funneling damage. The flash forward from Ku as well. He really wants the kills.
Absolutely.
Almost finds it as well. This is going to be the ultimate from the Zed, and I think that's enough. Not quite. There's the Ignite. There it is. And Ops, and he goes down. So there is only 1 kill traded back for Ninja Turtle, but everyone's so low. This is going to be the inhibitor turret falling. Quite surely the inhibitor as well. This is more what I want to see from Riddle. They're stacking together. They're getting objectives early. They're respecting their opponents and not just trolling around.
Yeah, they are. And
this is another fight though. Mystic Flame in trouble. Sis almost falls. Tinoi looking for the return kills here, and another beautiful Zhonya's coming out of Zandia. I love the new Zhonya's visual effect. It looks so good. And it's really, I guess, just the name and the bar changing gold that makes it look that good, I think.
It's like you know if that makes sense. And I think there have been...
It doesn't just blend into a team fight anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It stands out, doesn't it? And one of the things I was going to say as well is like, I mean, Riot, I've done pretty good with some like visual updates over the last sort of 6 to 12 months. And yeah, this game's getting old now, but the reality is that it's still a very visually appealing game. Yeah.
It's one of the most beautifully like constructed esport titles out there. There's so much like I guess ways of knowing what's going on because different visual effects for different things, and it's lovely to watch.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. Well, they're gonna have to deal with super minions in the mid lane now. One of the things I was saying during Champ Select is that I felt this team composition lacked good wave clear.
Yep.
And I
well,
think
it was like, what are they going to pick to counter that? Zed. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Yeah, I mean, they really lack wave clear. As Ku goes mega deep again.
Doesn't find the damage either onto anyone from Katto, so not really worth the full ton of damage. Could proc a engage if Tinoi wasn't half health and not near the fight. Could have been a 5v4, look what Jovial is, but Zandia, he wants the kills, he wants the engage. Mystic Flame doing his best to try and stop people from getting close. Basically, he can look for the engage himself. Ku has gone back, and that may be a engage potential for Katto, but no, it's going to be Riddle going in. It's Slem looking for the kills. Mystic Flame has the ult, but it's not enough. DTXT going to fall as well. Double kill for Slem as he joins the fray. Now it's going to be an inner turret falling. Quite possibly this outer, turret to the base as well.
Yeah, they should be taking this in. Yeah, they should be taking this in hub tub.
In
hub tub. The, well, at least I knew it was in here, but yeah, they should be taking this in hub tub fairly swiftly.
Ninja Turtle underneath the in hub tub,
Ping
looking to hold on to the hub of the tub. Now it's going to be him going very low. Does have so much armor. Makes things hard. It's going to be another engage from Tinoi looking for the ultimate, but now he's in trouble. Has to piece on out, but Zandia not going to allow him to get away. It is another hub of the in-hub falling, and it will be going on over to a Riddle. Jovial type to find the killing blow. This could just be the end of the game here, as Riddle in a great position if they find the right kills to do it. And there's one, there's two, looking for a third. It's going to be Ninja Turtle, pressed onto the big tanky Ramos, but it's not enough. That's the health shred coming out of the Fane, and now this is going to be the turrets falling. One goes down as they're looking to secure themselves a grand finals place and contest the top prize here at GigaCon. The second will fall, and it's looking very good for Riddle as they're going to take down the Nexus, look for some more kills, pad out their stats just a little bit. Zandia finds one, but there it is. 2-0 for Riddle. They're going to take the series. We'll see them in the finals.
We certainly will do. We certainly will do. GG, well played to Riddle, but also, well played to Katto. They turned up. They did as good as they could. They're going to drop down into the lower bracket now, where they're going to be up against Washed Up. What we'll do is we'll probably take a short break now between games.
Maybe not as short, but we will.
Yeah, well,
we'll do it as short as possible.
As short as possible. And what we're going to do is get Washed Up lined up and ready to face off against Katto. And we'll do our intro about Washed Up and why they might be interesting when we start into the next round, I think.
Riddle feature. Sorry, what?
Yeah, stay tuned, I think, is the deal, isn't it? You know, if you want to know the witty story about Washed Up and the irony to which is ensuing with this, stay tuned in as we will jump into the lower bracket final, probably in sort of 20 minutes to half an hour, I reckon.
Hopefully a little bit soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon. We're quite tight on time.
We'll put a timer up. As
yeah.
soon as we know, in the bottom right of your screen, you'll see a countdown, and we'll try and stick to that. Guys, stay tuned. We'll be back as soon as possible with the lower bracket to final.